Hello everyone, welcome to the fourth lab. The link for this lab is given in the description. Once you click on that link, you will reach this landing page. Here you can see the list of problems in lab 4. So let's try the first question. The question is it an alphabet? The problem statement is, Codeman is confused. The signals from the base have mixed characters, but only alphabets are valid input. Given an input character, help Codeman determine whether it's a valid input or not. So in the input we are given a single character, and in the output we have to write valid or invalid depending upon if the input character is an alphabet or not. So let's see the first test case. The input is A is an alphabet, so the input is valid. In the next test case we have the character percentage. Percentage is not an alphabet, so the input is invalid. So let us try to code this. First we have to import util package. So we will write import java.util.star. Next we will make object of scanner class. Scanner sc is equals to new scanner system.in. Next we will take a character input. So character, let's say I take the variable ch, is equals to sc.next dot carat 0. Now I have taken the input, so I will close the scanner class object. Now I need to check if this character ch is in the range either small a to small z, or it is in the range capital A to capital Z. So either you can compare this character with the ASCII codes of this, or you can directly compare ch with these characters. So if ch has to lie in between the lowercase a to z, I can write it as if ch is greater than equal to character a and this is less than or equal to the character z. So with this condition, I can see if character is between small a to small z. I cannot directly write it as this. I need to split this into two conditions, a less than equal to ch and z greater than equal to ch. Why can't I directly write it like this? Because if I execute this part, this will give me a boolean value, either true or false. Now for this operator, on the left hand side I have a boolean and on the right hand side I have a character. I cannot compare boolean and a character, so this expression will give me an error. So I'll have to break it down into two steps. First this left part and this right part. Similarly, for checking if character is between uppercase A to Z, I will write the condition as, so the second condition will be or this ch is greater than equal to capital A and ch is less than equal to capital Z. So this whole is one single condition. If this condition is true, I need to print valid. For that I will write system.out.print valid, and in the else part I will write system.out.print invalid. Let us try to run this code. The sample test cases have passed. Now let's submit it. All the test cases have passed. Now moving on to the next question. So the next question is leap year or not. The problem statement is, Codeman has traveled in time. He needs to find out if it's a leap year or not in order to win this time. Can you help him out? So in the input we are given a single integer, and in the output, if the year given is leap, we have to print leap, otherwise we have to print not leap. So now how do we check if the year given is leap or not? So there are two conditions for a year to be leap year. The first one is, the year should be divisible by 400. So the first is, it should be divisible by 400, or the second condition is, year is divisible by 4 but in the same case it should not be divisible by 100 and not divisible by 100. So either of this condition should hold. So there is an or in between. So how do we write the first condition? It is divisible by 400 means if I divide the year by 400, I will not get any remainder. So if I divide the year by 400, the remainder will be 0. So this is the first condition. The next condition is if I divide the year by 4, the remainder should be 0. So year mod 4 equal to 0, and in this case it should not be divisible by 100. So I will write and year mod 100 is not equal to 0. So this is the second condition. So I have to put or in between these two conditions, so I will put an or sign. If this condition is true, I will print leap, otherwise I will print not leap. So first I will import util package. For that I will write import java.util.star. Next I will make object of scanner class. I will write scanner sc is equals to new scanner system.in. Now I will take an integer input for year. So int here is equals to sc dot next int. Now we can close the scanner object. So sc dot close. Now I want to check if the variable year, if I want to check the year stored in this variable is leap or not. For that I will write the condition. The first condition is year mod 400 is equals to 0, or the second condition is year mod 4 is equals to 0 and year mod 100 is not equal to 0. So in this case I will print leap system.out.print leap, else I will print not leap. So in the else case I will write system.out.print not leap. It means system.out.print not leap. Let us try to run this. The sample test cases have passed. Now let us submit this. All the test cases have passed. Moving on to the next question. The next question is, what kind of a number is it? The problem statement is, our hero coderman has been given a problem to solve. Given an input integer, he has to find out whether it is positive, negative or 0. In the input we will be given a single integer, and in the output if the number is greater than 0 we need to print positive, if the number is less than 0 we need to print negative, and if the number is 0 we need to print 0. Let us try to code this. First we will import util package, import java.util.star. Next we will make an object of the scanner class. Scanner sc is equals to new scanner system.in. Now I will take a number as input. So int n is equals to sc.nextInt. Now we can close this object. So sc.close. Now I need to check if it is greater than 0. So if n is greater than 0, in this case we will print positive. So system.out.print positive. So the second condition is if n is less than 0. So I will write that using else if. Here I will write else if n is less than 0. In this case I will print negative, and in the last case the number will be 0. So in else part I will print 0. Let us try to run this. The sample test case. All the test cases have passed. Moving on to the next question. The next question is find the princess. The problem statement is, coderman has to find the princess. The princess has been kidnapped by Evelyn, but coderman has managed to find her coordinates. In order to reach her, Codeman needs to find out in which quadrant the princess currently is in. Time is running out, help him. So here we are given an image which shows the quadrants 1, 2, 3 and 4. We will be given two variables x and y. With the help of x and y coordinates, you need to tell the quadrant. X value is represented horizontally and y value is represented vertically. So if I plot the graph, this represents x value. X values are positive on this side and negative on the left side. Similarly, y axis is vertical. For y, I have positive numbers on the top side and negative numbers on the bottom side. Now if x and y both are positive in this quadrant, this is quadrant 1. In this quadrant you have x as negative and y as positive, so this is quadrant 2. In this quadrant x is negative and y is negative, this quadrant is 3. And in this quadrant y is negative, x is positive, and this is quadrant 4. So based on the values of x and y, we will determine in which quadrant the princess is. Let us try to code this. First we will import util package. Import java.util.star. Next we will make object of scanner class. So scanner sc is equals to new scanner system.in. Now I have to take two double variables x and y as input. So I will take double x is equals to sc.next double. Similarly, input y as double y is equals to sc.next double. Now what will be the condition for quadrant 1? X positive and y positive. So I will write it as if x greater than 0 and y greater than 0. So in this case I will print 1. So system.out.print 1. Now for quadrant 2, what will be the condition? The condition will be x negative and y positive. So I will write it using else if. I will write else if x is negative and y is positive. In this case I will print quadrant 2. In the third quadrant I will write x less than 0 and y less than 0. I will write else if x is less than 0 and y is less than 0. In this case I will print quadrant 3, and the last I will write it using else, and I will print 4 in this case. So system.out.print 4. Let us try to run this. The sample test cases have passed. Let us submit this. All the test cases have passed. Moving on to the next question. The next question is roots of a quadratic equation. The problem statement is given values of constant a, b and c for the equation ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. Find the roots of the equation. So in the input we are given three values of a, b and c in double, and in the output if the roots are real and distinct we need to print the two roots in ascending order. If the roots are equal we need to print a single root, and if the roots are imaginary we need to print imaginary roots. So let's see the sample input. In the first case we have 1 minus 5 minus 14. So this means the equation is x square minus 5x minus 14 equal to 0. So when we solve for x in this case we get two values of x as minus 2.0 and minus 7.0. So here we have to print the values of roots up to 1 decimal place. Now let's see the next test case. Here we have the input as 5, 10 and 30. So this means the equation is 5x square plus 10x plus 30. So this equation has imaginary roots. So let us see the code now. First we will import the util package. For that we will write import java.util.star. Next we will make object of the scanner class. So we'll write scanner sc is equals to new scanner system.in. Next we will take three double values as input. So we will declare three double variables double a, b, c. So A is equals to SC dot next double. Similarly, B and C can also be taken input using SC dot next double. Next, we will find the discriminant which will help us decide the nature of the roots. So I'll take a double variable. Double discriminant is equals to, so what's the formula for discriminant? It is equal to B square minus 4AC. So how will I write B square? I will write it as B into B minus 4 into A into C. I cannot write B square as B, this symbol, and 2, because in Java this symbol is for XOR. So after calculating discriminant, I'll know the nature of the roots. So if this discriminant is less than 0, I do not need to calculate the roots. I can directly print that the roots are imaginary. So first we will check if this discriminant DISC is less than 0. In this case, I will print the imaginary roots. So I will write system.out.print imaginary roots. Else if the next case is if discriminant is equal to 0. Now if this discriminant is equal to 0, in this case we only have one root. So what's the formula for roots? Roots are x is equals to minus b plus minus square root of discriminant divided by 2a. If this discriminant is 0, I have a single root, that is minus b divided by 2a. So if I write it as x is equals to minus b divided by 2 into a. In this case, first I will solve this division and then this multiplication will be solved. So this will become equivalent to minus b upon 2 into a. So this is not correct. For solving multiplication first, we need to put this in bracket. So I will write a single root in this case, and this root will be equal to double root, and this is equal to minus b divided by 2 into a will be put in brackets. Now I will print this root up to 1 decimal place. So I will write system.out.format. For 1 decimal place, I'll use the format specifier %.1f, 0.1f, and the variable is root. Else, the last case is when the discriminant is positive. In that case, we will have two roots. First root will be minus b plus square root of discriminant by 2a, and the second root will be minus b minus square root of discriminant divided by 2a. So I'll make a variable root 1, and this will be equal to minus b plus square root. So for square root, we will use math dot square root of discriminant divided by 2 into a. So I'll put the numerator in one bracket and the denominator in other bracket. Next I have a root 2, which is similar to this, only the plus sign will be replaced by a minus sign. So I will write double root 2 minus b minus square root of discriminant divided by 2a. Now I need to print these roots in ascending order. So which of these will be smaller? The one with the negative sign. So root 2 is smaller than root 1, so I need to print root 2 first and then root 1. I have to print both of them up to 1 decimal place. For that I will use system.out.format. The format specifier for the first root is %.1f. Then I need to give space. The format specifier for the second one is %.1f. And first format specifier is for root 2 because it is smaller, and the second format specifier is for root 1. So let us try to execute this. The sample test cases have passed. Now let's try to submit this code. All the test cases have passed. Moving on to the next question. The next question is greatest of 3 numbers. The problem statement is, the risk is high but so is the reward. The evil magician is back and Codeman needs your help in defeating him. Given 3 numbers, help Codeman find the greatest of the 3. So in the input we will be given 3 integers, and in the output we need to give a single integer, which is the maximum of these 3 numbers. So let us see the first test case. Here we have 3 numbers, 2, 6 and 8. So the maximum one is 8. In the next case we have 3 numbers, 89, 67 and 89, and the output here is 89. So now how do we calculate which of the 3 numbers is greatest? Suppose I have 3 numbers A, B and C. So if A is greater than both of them, then A will be the greatest number. So if A is greater than equal to B and A is greater than equal to C, in this case I can say A is the greatest number. Similarly, I can write as else if B is greater than both of the numbers, B is greater than equal to A and B is greater than equal to C. In this case, B is greater than A and C, so B is the greatest number, and else we will have C is the greatest number. Right? So we can solve this using if-else-if ladder. We can also solve this using nested if. Suppose I compare only 2 numbers instead of A, B and C. So we have 3 numbers A, B, C, and I compare only the first 2. If I compare only A and B, I can write the condition as if A greater than equal to B, and this is the block where A is greater than equal to B, and else A is less than B. So now I will enter this block only if A is largest or C is largest, because we haven't compared B with C. I know that B cannot be the largest in this case, but A or C, either of them could be larger. Similarly, in the else case, I know A is not the larger number, but B or C are not compared. So out of these 2, any of them could be larger. So inside this if block, I'll compare A with C, because I do not know which of these is larger. So inside this block, I will compare if A is greater than equal to C and else. So in this else means A is not greater than C. So in this case, A will be larger, and in this case, C will be larger. Similarly, in the else block, I know that A is not the larger, but out of B or C, any of them could be larger. So I need to compare B and C. So I will again compare if B is greater than equal to C, and I'll have an else block. So if B is greater than equal to C, this means B is the larger number, and in else part I can say C is the larger number. So I can solve this greatest of 3 numbers using either if-else-if ladder or the nested if. Let us try to code this now. Let's code it now. So first, for taking input, we need to import util package. I will write import java.util.star. Next, we will make object of scanner class. So scanner sc is equals to new scanner system.in. Now we have 3 integers as input. Let's take 3 integers as A, B and C. So I'll take the input using the function nextInt. So I will write A is equals to sc.nextInt. Similarly, B is equals to sc.nextInt and C is equals to sc.nextInt. Now the input part is over, so we can close this object. Now for comparing these 3 numbers, I'll use the if-else-if ladder. So I'll write if A is greater than equal to B and A is greater than equal to C. In this case, I will print A. So system.out.print. A is a variable, so I'll write A without double quotes. Similarly, I will write the condition for B and C. So for B, I will write else if B is greater than equal to A and B is greater than equal to C. In this case, I will print B, and in the else part, we can print C. So system.out.print C. Let us try to run this code. So the sample test cases have passed. Now let's submit this. All the test cases have passed. Moving on to the last question of this lab. The question is grades. The problem statement is, Codeman just got back his report card where his final percentage is given, but he does not know his grade. Given the overall percentage, help him find his grade. You will be given a single number in double as input, and in the output we need to display the grade according to these rules. If the percentage is between 90 to 100, the grade should be A. If it is between 80 to 90, it should be B, and so on. Just see the first test case. Here the input is 95. This falls in the first case, so grade A is printed. Similarly, see the next test case. Here the input is given as 80. 80 falls in the C range, so grade C is displayed for 80% marks. Let's code this. First, we have to import util package. So I will write import java.util.star. Next, we will make object of scanner class. So scanner sc is equals to new scanner system.in. Now I have to take input in double. So I will make a double variable. Double marks is equals to sc dot next double. So now I will compare this. So if marks are greater than 90 and marks are less than equal to 100, so in this case the grade should be A. So I will write system.out.print A. Now in the next case, if the marks are less than equal to 90 and greater than 80. So if marks are less than equal to 90, only then the control will go to else if block. Otherwise, A will be printed. So I need not check if marks are less than equal to 90, because I will reach the next condition only when marks are less than 90. So here I will only check if marks are greater than 80. So in this case, I will print B dot out dot print B. Similarly, I will reach the next condition only when marks are less than equal to 80. So I need not check this condition. I only need to check that the marks are greater than 65. So the next condition will be else if marks are greater than 65. In this case, I will print C. So system.out.print C. Now only if marks are less than equal to 65, I will reach the next condition. So I will check only that the marks should be greater than 50. I need not check that marks are less than equal to 65. So else if marks are greater than 50, in this case I will display D, system.out.print D. Next I will write else if marks are greater than 35. In this case I need to print E. So system.out.print E. And in the last case the grade should be F. So I will write that in else part. So else system.out.print F. The control will only reach the else condition when marks are less than equal to 35. So let's try to run this code. So the sample test cases have passed. Let's submit this. All the test cases have passed. So this completes our lab 4. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.